goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Rellism Sports Talk, episode 208. From the depths of the sea, back on the block. It is me. Man, it's been a minute. Now I can actually celebrate my Los Angeles Lakers. The guy is gone. The germs are gone. Now I can enjoy my team. Whew. Let's go, Luca. Let's go. But thank you for joining in episode 208. Rellism Sports Talk. I know it's been a minute. We're going to get back in it. And then we're going to do the thing that we do. Because you know, in Rellism Sports Talk, we talk about sports from Hall of Famers to the local talent to the big time storylines. And what we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to talk to the NBA. Summer League's going on. We got a lot of excitement down here in VA. You know what I mean? The draft happened, of course. And then recap of the season. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about the Western Conference, Eastern Conference, the recaps, what things we learned, what things we think we've seen. And then we'll get into what we think that other teams might need. You know what I mean? Whether they did it in free agency, trades, or in the draft. So when we start looking at it, we knew it was going to be a good year. It's going to be crazy. A lot of the big-time storylines going on. We talk about the West, and one of those teams, you know, like far into the bench down there in Colorado with my boy Jimmy and Nico, the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, it's been a while. People still say Jokic is the best player. I don't think so. But I never really gave him much credit anyway. He is one of those guys, though. He is one of those guys. But they're getting a little older. They play in the playoffs. They remind me of a team like Minnesota, kind of. Because I look at Denver. They won. They won already. They won one. Can they get another? I think that window's passed, but we'll get to that. Ant-Man, we thought he was going to be the face of the league. I don't know. Now they're changing this player, hoping for this player. I thought you were supposed to be Jordan's kid. And there one time they tried to say he was Michael Jordan's kid. I know y'all remember that shit. The Rockets had the best record in the NBA last year. They out here killing, doing this. Jalen Green wasn't a guy to get it done. So they said, let's go get KD. All right, we're going to go get KD. KD falls on his face. Nothing else. You know, whatever. And then probably one of the worst things, actually one of the best things for me as a Laker fan, we played in the playoffs. I knew we wasn't going to win it all or nothing, but LeBron had to pretend like he was LeBron again, and he's not. You know what I mean? He's not. He was cool being a third wheel and all that stuff going on. Then he had to be the one, and they actually got a win against a KD-less Rocket team that still wasn't ready with no point guards. You know what I mean? So now he's all cocky, and now we're going to get into LeBron being LeBron again and again. I'm taking my talents to... I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. And then you had the guys we thought was going to be there, yo. The Spurs and the Thunder. Spurs. So many things to talk about with the Spurs. I mean, Victor is just Victor. But we got to see Villain Victor. That was kind of cool. Villain Victor was real good. You know what I mean? He's one of these little frail mugs out here, you know, taking punishment, whatever. He retaliated. He said, I'm going to bounce back on you. I'm going to throw them bows. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. I love seeing that. People hate it, but I love it. And then we saw Shea out here with lips and all, lips, gums, and everything shining everywhere, trying to win, but they fell flat on their face. Luckily, he had them gums to bounce back up, lips and everything. But, you know what I'm saying? Where there's a will, there's a way. But the Thunder didn't have that J Will, so there was no way. They couldn't get past the Spurs. But they did enough to tire them down. I mean, 2 Game 7s. The Spurs did all they could do. I liked it. Then we go to the East and we're like, Jaylen Brown should have known from last year, from being the guy. With Tatum out, not only when y'all did win, you won Finals MVP. With Tatum not there, you could have almost won MVP. You was like right there. You got second, you had the second best record in the East. But Tatum comes back. They forgot about this guy. They forgot about this guy. Or it was just one of those things that he just wasn't going to be that guy. You know what I mean? So Boston falls in their face. And then we look at ATL. All these young players for Atlanta. I'm telling you, Atlanta with all these young players. They still got that one dude, CJ, out there. CJ McCollum looking like Trey Young back there when he used to torture the New York Knicks and everything. That was fun. Wasn't a long series, but then again, they did win one game against the Knicks. That's saying something. Detroit, Orlando, we got Cade out there. That's my boy. He can't get no help. Cade can't get no help. We still ain't get him no help. Nothing's going on. Orlando, Banchero is a punk. I'm not saying it because I hate Duke. He's a punk, dude. He's too softy. He's a softy. Orlando cannot win with him being the one. He's a softy. Cavs, Raptors, a lot of young talent doing different things. We see what they're trying to do as we keep going forward with this podcast. We're going to change it up. But the Cavs, James Harden, you are what we said you are. We out here trying to not pay attention to James Harden because Donovan Mitchell made it as far as he's ever been. Good job, Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. James Harden, you're still doing what you've been doing in the playoffs, which is me and my shadow. You ain't doing nothing, bro. Nothing. And then we get to the 76ers. Embiid out. What do we expect now? Embiid's out. Maxi's trying to do things. We did see VJ Etchum show up and do some things. Paul George, after his suspension, of course he's coming back healthy, looking good, which they played Boston the fool doing that trade, but we'll get to that. And then the Knicks. Okay, Knicks. Got to give you your flowers. I mean, my girl's team. She loves some Brunson. Brunson. I used to dog Brunson all the time because he was a midget. Not really a midget or little person or whatever you want to say nowadays. I'm a Georgetown fan, so I hate Villanova. But I love Brunson's Kobe-ness to him. Not just the shoes, but just killing people in the fourth quarter. I love that. So congratulations, Knicks. Congratulations on what you're doing. You had to get it last year. Everything fell your way. So enjoy it while you can. So then we get to the draft. We get to the draft with all the things on the teams. I'm telling you what, nobody's talking about it but the Spurs. Got two big guns out here to help Victor Wembanyama. Now he's not going to take on that physicality. Spurs, very intelligent. They got some meat out there. Atlanta got my girl's boy Scooby from St. John's. Another young talent that Atlanta has. And I hope we get to get one of them in Kuminga. I hope Kuminga come to us. I'll take Kuminga. I've always liked Kuminga. Detroit and Orlando, I don't feel like you're doing enough. They need more for Cade. Don't waste Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is a superstar. If y'all don't know who he is, he's a superstar. Period. He's not Banchero. He's a man. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. When we get to the trades blew everything. We already knew Giannis was going to go somewhere, but didn't everybody think he was going to Boston? Not only did Boston bumbling trading for Jaylen Brown, they didn't get nothing. You got nothing. You got PG 13 or 74 or whatever his number is going to be this time. It's no good. But Philadelphia? Pause for Philly. If you get Jaylen Brown angry and not worry about being the leader of the team and to carry the team, they will destroy everyone. Philadelphia's right there. Even with Embiid, if he can get hurt, who cares? Philadelphia's right there with that trade. Then we start looking at different things. And I'm like, who is that team that can just come out of nowhere in the Eastern Conference? We saw different teams show up. Charlotte showed up a little bit. Orlando, Atlanta, whatever. Right here around my way, Washington Wizards. You got AJ. You got Trey committing long term. Anthony Davis is out here watching. He might be like, maybe so. You got Sarr. You got Trey the second. Washington might be one of those teams to be watching out for, yo. I'm trying to go see him this year anyway. So we look at these teams and we're like, yo, man, this is crazy. Because other trades I don't care about. Giannis going to the Heat, they can't win. They can't win. Melo going to the Wolves, what is that going to... I mean, these are not enough moves to beat the Spurs and the Thunder. And these are not enough moves to beat the Knicks and Philadelphia. I mean, it's just not. It's just not. And I hate to say it the way it is, but this guy, this attention whore, this guy thinks everything about himself, and maybe he should, because he can help so many different teams get over the hump, and that's LeBron James. I mean, Golden State, this is it. If you get LeBron, you might have a squeaker's chance. If not, Curry, I love you. Great career, wonderful job. It's over. Your career's over. Denver, same thing. If y'all can get LeBron, you have a chance. You and Jokic, two big men passing like that, maybe two of the best passers in the NBA. As far as big guys go, I mean, I don't know. And Minnesota, I hated even saying that. Minnesota, you're never going to get there. It just comes down to the Cavs and the Knicks. The Knicks, you're not going to get him. You think that you don't need him, but it's over. Y'all got yours. You won't come close anymore, and I know she's going to kill me for that. But I'm just saying, like, the roster's a little older. It's too many young teams in the East and Western Conference. That's freaking crazy. That's freaking crazy. So we get to LeBron. We get to him like this, and we say, hey, where do you want to go? I say you're a punk, so you might as well go to Philly and try to chase a ring to tie Kobe, to be one ahead of Curry. La 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 la. State your claim for this and da da da. And they're like, if he goes to Philly, he's going to lead 4 teams to a championship. Oh my God. He ain't leading that team. I guarantee you that. He might be the 3rd or 4th wheel on that squad. He's just riding along for the ring, John Sally. I'm just saying. I think as a LeBron not lover, put it that way. I ain't going to say hater, but not lover. He should go back to Cleveland, man. Go back to Cleveland. Because what happened? You played in Cleveland. You made it to the finals. You lost. You left. When you left, you won. Right? With the Heat. You left the Heat, and then what you do? Going back to Cleveland. Then what happened? You won. So you stayed, you left, won. Then you left, won. You know, and then you left the Heat, went to the Lakers and won. So go back to Cleveland and end your career and try to win. I think it's a bigger accomplishment for you to win in Cleveland now as opposed to before, because you're playing with guys that never win. And I don't hate Donovan Mitchell. I don't hate him at all, but I don't know if he could ever get over the hump without some extra stuff going on. You know what I mean? I just don't know. Oh, see, they agree. But you go back to Cleveland and you help Donovan Mitchell and especially James Harden win a ring and retire in your place, Cleveland. I think that would help your GOAT comments or whatever else your comments are. I think that helps a lot more than joining a super team in Philadelphia and saying, ooh, I got an extra ring. You feel me? But something tells me that LeBron's a selfish mother. And he just wants to get that ring. He don't care about nothing else. I don't know. I don't care, but we're going to hear about him every single day until he picks where he goes. Instead of hearing about the Summer League stars, we got the number 1 pick, number 2 pick, number 3 pick, number 4 pick. Out here killing, showcasing all this. And we even got a 2nd round pick out of out of Vanderbilt, by way of Virginia Tech, by way of North Carolina, and from Harrisonburg, Virginia, Tyler Nichols for the New York Knicks. Had his first Summer League game. Bang, bang, bang. 6 of 10 from 3, 18 points. Woo! New York Knicks basketball. I will be cheering for him. I will be cheering for him. Big ups to you, Team Ty Nick. Hey, I like that, Team Nick. Let's go. Great job. And that just shows you talent's everywhere, baby. This is just a prequel to what's going to happen. You know, we're going to do some football. We know we're going to do all that. But I just wanted to let you know I'm back. Rellism Sports Talk is back. And Knicks, enjoy your championship because you're not gonna get another one. Jokic, Curry, all these older stars from my generation. Let's enjoy watching the new generation come in because I tell you what, I'm loving it. Always love it, baby. Laker fan out here. No more LeBron. Let's go. Relatives Sports Talk 208. We out for the show.